have mercy, from just outside and just inside the perimeter of Atlanta, Georgia, where we played the Crew and bid the season adieu. No reaction to any of that. That's
I
that's where we're at.
Because that's literally like the most depressing the one where I think you've ever done. Like that's so depressing. I need a minute to process my feelings.
Well, I have to take a second and decide, like, do I actually believe that?
Welcome to therapy,
I know we'll
everybody.
get to the math, but do I believe that?
I believe it. Hi, everybody. It's the Five Takes Podcast. And we are back.
I mean, if like you mean we're back, like I'm back from vacation.
No, we're back like
We're back.
fireballs over Atlanta. I was out of town, so I didn't see this thing streak across the sky. Did anybody else? I'm told it was an actual meteorite that came crashing down somewhere around Georgia. I don't know. I'm seeing videos everywhere.
On TikTok 3 hours later.
Okay.
So I saw it on 3 hours later. That was not.
Jennifer, did you catch this thing? Was that just?
I did not, because I am still buried under a giant hole. I'm literally like ditch digging out of the hole I built for myself, spending 2.5 weeks in Asia.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure that that was not a meteorite. That was our season cratering. Correct?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's definitely an apt description. Cratering is a good word. Really good word.
So, this is tough. It's tough. It's really, really tough, guys. There's no sugarcoating this anymore. It's a strange place to be because when we won our back-to-back home games, we were feeling very differently. I felt so differently that I made plans to go on a trip up to Columbus, take advantage of that because we were on so high.
But for real, Glenn, you have said this constantly for as long as I've known you, that nothing good comes out of Ohio. So I don't know why,
including
you felt
myself,
like anything was going to be different going to Ohio.
Look, to
watch this.
This is the beauty of sports. This is why we do it. This is why we're sickos. Oh, speaking of sickos, look who's crashing the party.
Look, it's another sicko.
It's another sicko. All right, give me a minute while I adjust the video. But yeah, continue where we left off with that discussion. Hi, Amy. Hi. How you doing? She looks very sad.
Very sad and glittery.
She looks very sad and glittery, and I don't think her mic is working, but she'll get that sorted out at some point here. But yeah, sad. It's sad. Nothing good comes out of Ohio. That's true.
So wait. Let me get this straight. So you watched our team at home win against the other team from Ohio in Cincinnati, and then said, I'm going to go to Ohio and watch them against the other team from Ohio, as if you expected something good to come out of Ohio twice. I'm very confused.
Yeah,
this logic is not logic for me.
This serves me right. This is what I get for being optimistic. Lesson learned.
I did tell you I would come here and help you with the optimism side of it.
Yeah, but Glenn, the world would be a less glittery place if we didn't have like happy optimist Glenn in it. So, you know, hey, chin up.
But this is why we watch, right? This is sports. This is how delusional we all are, right? The season was crap up until those back-to-back home wins. It was terrible, right? And then all of a sudden we win 2 home games against good teams, and all of a sudden everything's great. And now everything's awful again. When truly it wasn't great. That was fool's gold. It seems. Those
I'll take that from you for a second, because while I remember those wins, and it felt like so long ago.
Just the way I remember. I was so young.
I remember we have in fact won a game before, and it happened twice in a span of 4 days. Actually, that was a fun 96 hours.
You should have heard. There were about 14 or 15 of us in the stands at lower.com field. Very nice venue, by the way. Credit to the crew. Credit to the fans there as well. Very nice. Very nice fans. Good conversations. I mean, look, great team. Great coach. Great players. Great venue. Easy to get to. Really nice. Good atmosphere there. I don't really care for their goal celebration with the jackhammering of the concrete. I think it's a bit corny and silly. But look, they're an MLS original, and I think the league is better for the Save the Crew campaign having worked, for what it's worth. But there were about 14 or 15 of us in the stands, and the vicious chants that were happening after our crap goal that we got. We scored a goal. We scored a goal. We scored a goal. And the Crew fans were all just looking at us. I'm like, yeah, we know what our team is. We're just gonna have some fun with this. And they're like, yeah, you can't lord anything over us. Congratulations, you beat Atlanta United. What a monumental achievement.
I mean, get in line.
Get in line, man.
We're like a cheap used up whore on Saturday night. Get in line.
It's not even Saturday night.
It's all loose and thrown out all over the place.
It's like a Tuesday whore. We're not even classy enough.
Oh no! Actually, what it really is, it's the noon. It's the Wednesday afternoon midday shift at Oasis for the lunch buffet.
Yeah,
that is a real old school throwback.
The lunch buffet afternoon special.
Yeah, it's the lunch buffet shift. That's what this is. Third highest payroll in the league, and we get the lunch buffet shift at the strip club.
Jennifer, your connection is like crapping out on you. But anyhow, I'm sure it'll.
I'm
sure it'll
sorry.
pick back in. It's fine, and Amy will connect.
That's how we feel about the lunch buffet, man.
Correct, and Amy will connect back in at some point. This is a mess. This is a metaphor. Our pod has become a metaphor for the team. At least we're all connected in that way. We're on the same page in that regard. I don't know. I mean, are we rubbing off on the team, or is the team rubbing off on us? It's hard to tell. Either way.
I mean, at this point, it's about the friends you make along the way. Except the team doesn't seem to be friends. They missed the friends part of that.
Hey, well, we have friends, and here's a friend. Let's see. Can we hear our friend?
Do we have a friend, or do we only have like pictures of glittery friends?
We only have pictures of glittery friends. She's going to try again.
Friend.
Eventually, she's going to get it. It's going to be great. Don't worry about it. She does look great, though. You look fabulous.
Okay, the glitter is glittering.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to hear what you have to say. You look great. But anyhow, log out. Log back in, and we'll see what happens. Third time's a charm. So, anyhow, the match. High level takeaways. What are you feeling after all of that? Just in general, before we get into social media comments that we got and getting into takes. I don't know. Anything you want to get off your chest with this match or the season so far or anything? Jennifer, lead it off here. What do you got?
I have no feelings. Okay. I'm dead inside. All
right, here we go. I should full disclosure. I just got out of the car after having driven back from Ohio today. I've been up there for a few days.
Ohio, I love you.
I don't, but I do still have some good friends and family up that way, and we did enjoy the trip, despite the team trying to ruin it. They did not. We had good food, good drinks, good times.
Clearly, you didn't have any Skyline chili because you refused to bring me back any.
And
Why would you want Skyline chili?
Thank you.
Because it's delicious.
Do you know why?
What?
Do you know why I didn't bring you back any Skyline chili?
Is it because you hate her or because you hate Skyline chili?
I did not bring you back any Skyline chili because I am your friend. And friends don't do that. All right? So.
Didn't bring me back any Kentucky bourbon either.
It's true. We did have good bourbon. We polished off almost an entire bottle of Blanton's.
You needed it.
Oh, baby.
You stayed in the stadium the whole night. You totally earned your nice.
It was good.
Nice.
It was lovely. It was really lovely. As well as some other libations. But I digress.
But for real though, I have after like a lot of the work that we've done and talking about Decatur FC and
a great team,
all the good things. Great undefeated team having a banger of a season and setting all these attendance records. Last home match of the year, last match of the season. Come out tomorrow night.
Yep.
Or today night.
Today, we're recording tomorrow. Thursday night. This will come out Friday. So drop what you're doing. Get your ass to Decatur High School. Let's go.
Yup. Anywho,
Yeah.
so I had this epiphany after we were kind of like walking out to the parking lot after the match last week that I figured out what's wrong with this team.
Thank God.
And
Not a moment too
yeah,
soon,
I know.
please. Regale
Not
us.
that they're going to ever listen to me.
Regale us
So
with your knowledge
tell
of...
Ronnie and Chris and Garth and everybody.
Yes.
the thing that I find so remarkable
Yeah.
about the way Decatur FC is playing is the fact that these women have come in from various and sundry backgrounds, different college clubs, different styles of play.
Yep.
They've trained for about 3 weeks together, and now they have formed this like exceedingly cohesive unit.
They look like a dynasty.
And they look like they've been playing together forever.
They look like a multi-year dynasty.
And when you ask the players about it in various ways, inevitably the response is, well, I can take this risk because these girls have my back over here. And I can go over there and go off the rails because I know Jasmine in the back is going to come and clean that up. And I know
they are
Maggie
not afraid to take risks because they've got each other.
And I think ultimately, if you wanted to boil down what is wrong with Atlanta United as a club right now, there is zero trust and faith that anybody is going to actually back anybody up and cover those gaps and fill those holes and deal with whatever mistakes are there. They're all squeezing themselves too tightly and taking it all on themselves as individuals instead of relying on the cohesive unit that should be the team and movement as a team and the way that all works. And I don't know how the hell you fix that. I don't think that is a Ronny problem. I don't think that's a Hendo problem.
Nick is shaking his head. Oh, and by the way, I'm so sorry, everybody. We just dived right into therapy.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not watching the video portion of this, hi, I'm Glenn. We got Nick from the FanTV Discord here with us tonight. His first time on the pod. Great timing, man. So happy to have you here. I'm so sorry. We always do this. We always have like first time guests on, and it's always the worst time. It's never a win. It's never a feel good moment. Jennifer, I'm pretty sure the first time you came on years ago, it was a loss. I'm pretty sure the same has been true with Amy, Angel, insert name here. It always happens like that, but we're really happy you're here. And
baptism
and Jennifer is here, and Amy, God love her, is trying to be here and still figuring that out. But anyhow, I digress. Nick, do you kind of concur with everything that
was that a positive head shake or a negative head
well,
shake?
he's got some things to say about Ronny, and here comes Amy one more time, and we'll see if this works. There she is.
Hey, is it working?
She's got it. She's here. All right.
Yay!
So, Amy, we were just talking about. Well, Jennifer figured everything out. She solved all the problems. Essentially, she has diagnosed.
Amazing! I don't show up for 10 minutes, and you've solved everything.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep, she has.
Yeah, actually, you just missed the whole podcast. It's over.
She has figured it out. But right now, we were kind of getting into Ronny and what was going. His responsibility in all this. But Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're happy to have you here, man.
Enjoying myself. I think it's very interesting, a lot of what Jennifer said about how the Decatur FC players, trust themselves and trust each other to go and take risks and, kind of just play for each other. Yeah. And I listened to Ronnie's post gamer last night on the full-time report, and
it was a tough listen.
He just talks about it is a tough listen. I feel bad for him. Like,
I hear you.
What's he supposed to do? Like, go and finish for them? Go and finish for Latte Lath when he misses 2-3 great chances a game at this point? Like, is he supposed to not cross the ball if you're Brooks London on the right side? Well, I'll get to that part in a second. But I feel bad for him because, like, once you run the 11 out there, there's not a whole lot you can do as the coach.
You were talking about a comparison between him and what's going on with the Braves and Snicker.
Yes. And, in the pre-show, we were talking about how the Braves got shut out tonight by the Mets. And there's nothing that Snicker can do because Michael Harris has a 580 OPS. Like, Michael Harris won Rookie of the Year 3 years ago. It's his fault. He's not hitting. He's the one not making the adjustments. Like, the coaches can sit there and, do the work with him and all that stuff. But if he doesn't go out there and execute it, there's nothing we can do. Like, Ronny Deila is not the reason that Almiron is the fourth highest paid player in MLS and is not finishing and is not assisting. And he's not the reason that Latte Lath hasn't scored a goal in 3 months.
God, just to hear you say it so just matter-of-factly, the time It's crazy that much time has
3 months to
passed.
the day, I think.
Because when he came here, when
think it's
Latte
3 months
came,
today.
and the chances that he did finish, we all, I think, looked at that and go, "Ooh, we've got somebody that can do a lot with very little."
God, do you remember his last goal against NYC? Like when he just dunked Martins and then chipped it over the
I was
keeper? I
thrilled,
think it was
man.
Matt
I think we
Freese.
all were. I think
Like-
we all, our takes from all that was like, cool, we've got a direct option
oh my
if we
God.
need it. And if it's not happening from run
I
of
think I
play,
said
great.
on-
And
I think on,
not anymore.
I think on FanTV I said that was Messi-esque. Like there's like 5 players in this league that can do that, and at least one of them is on our team. Like that's crazy, and then we just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I think that unfortunately we are all sort of seeing play out, and I think I've said this before. Like I don't blame Dyla for this. I think that we saw a amazing opportunity to try to capture lightning in a bottle again, and we reached for Miguel Almiron, and Almiron didn't fit, and
Still doesn't
we
fit.
all kind of knew, right? Yeah. Well, we don't really need a left. What does Miggy play now? And can he play on the left wing or whatever? And so, it goes back to this whole like, what is a team? I mean, it's ingredients, right? They're all ingredients in a recipe that makes this. And what makes Decatur FC so joyous to watch is that all the ingredients are working together harmoniously. And it's one of those dishes where you can like sub a spice or, switch in a vegetable and it still tastes amazing. Or you can, make a riff on it. But like with Atlanta, it feels like we were aiming for this 5-star restaurant perfect dish. We're trying to make Gordon Ramsay's, beef Wellington or whatever.
Nope.
And
we're 2 pieces of bread stuck in it. What are you?
Do better with this analogy.
An idiot sandwich.
You're an idiot sandwich. We were aiming for that, and then we thought I could improve on the classics, and I feel like we just added an ingredient that threw everything off. And then to take this analogy, even further, because I haven't beaten it enough, Dyla as the chef was essentially brought in to cook one thing and then told, quick change, figure it out, make the menu work. And we saw that all season.
Yeah.
And I'm really sad because I thought for a half a minute we had something figured out. I really did. But it was trap game, fool's gold, whatever, seemingly because of the mentality of this team that is, I think, it feels broken in a way that I'm not sure that you can fix without changing several personalities within the locker room.
You can't. Bottom line, you can't. They've all got to go.
Basically, we got to start over, throw it out, do it again.
And I'm gonna expand on that because this will now be the 3rd time in 3.5 seasons that we've had to do that. And sorry, Garth, you're a really nice guy. Whatever you did in Seattle in MLS 2.0 that was magic doesn't work in MLS 4.0.
Or maybe it just doesn't work where we are, because something that I was thinking about tonight at the drag show that I was at is how many varieties.
Oh, wait, time out. Speaking of drag shows, shameless plug. Yeah, there's no match on Saturday anymore because Inter Miami somehow got through the group stage of
that
World Cup.
That is by design. This is a brilliant new strategy. You cannot lose if you do not play.
I mean,
let's be honest. Aren't we glad that after that performance on Wednesday, we don't have to watch it again on Saturday?
Well done, Miami. Go get that Club World Cup.
We're not going to come back here on Sunday night and talk about it? No, I'm kidding.
But there's still so much fun to be had on Saturday night because it's Drag Bingo.
It is Drag Bingo.
Drag Bingo. All Stripes is hosting the annual Drag Bingo with performances and bingo calling by the legendary, absolutely legendary Armorettes. Super excited. Haven't seen them perform in forever because they don't really let girls into the Heretic. Or it's kind of frowned upon if you're a woman and you go to the Heretic.
I've been once,
But anyway,
but yes.
in any case, 4:00, brick and mortar, Pullman Yards, pull up, support some good causes, and see your friends in a happy, positive setting where we're not all crying into our beers by 9:30.
go.
And this is a family-friendly event, y'all. So, like,
Yeah.
bring everybody out, come get a little bingo, enjoy your day, and, you know, it'll be a good time. So,
Yeah, sorry.
as I was saying
Continuing.
about drag, so
Good segue, I had to take it.
I was talking before the show with some friends about how I love how many varieties of drag there are, and how there's like regional drag, and how that sort of region influences it. And I wonder if some of what is going on here is that what Garth does maybe works, but maybe it doesn't work here. Maybe that's not our type of magic, because Atlanta's not really traditionally corporate in the way that I think he's kind of gone. And I don't know that this team was, notwithstanding the fact that we seriously had an 11 billion sponsors in our first 2 years. Like, let's just be real about that. We have everything from a Mexican restaurant to a vodka to a whatever, right? It never really felt like truly corporate in that way, even though you're owned by the Home Depot guy. Do you know what I mean? There was this
I
way
understand
that
what
the
you're
team
doing.
went
Yeah, I
about
understand
building-
the point you're making. Yeah.
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 And it feels like
It feels like
starting with Garth's decision
Yeah.
to stop the Derek walk through the supporter lot, which I'm sorry, it still sticks out to me. It's one of the things that
you've
early
mentioned
on
it before. Yeah.
I didn't care
Yeah.
for. And I get that everybody's got to do their own thing, and I've
Right.
never held it against him. But I thought it was a mistake, because I think that he let himself get disconnected, and notwithstanding his efforts, and I'm not saying that Garth hasn't put himself out there. He's gone to away matches, he's gone to, Gulch meetings, he's tried, but he's not done the thing that, kind of that Derek did.
He's not man of the people, Garth.
Yeah. And
No,
I think
He's not man of the fan, Garth.
and I think that tweaks culture in a way that, flows down, and I'm not sure that it fits. And we've seen that clash between
it's
that and the fan culture.
it's late 90s, early 2000s emo band. Something corporate. A little bit.
Is that a reference you get, Nick?
That's around the time I was born. So no.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
Yes, you're just as
Okay.
shocked. Yeah.
Usually I'm the
He's
one
but
that
a
doesn't
wee
get
lad.
the references, but
He's but a wee
No,
lad.
Nick isn't going to get any of my cultural references because he wasn't even a concept in his mother's womb around the time frame of my cultural references
True.
come from.
True. We're all old here, except for Nick bouncing it
you
out.
know what?
So,
We
Nick,
are a
what?
multi-generational angry fan podcast.
We wanted the
tonight,
youth
okay? We're
perspective.
just-
That's true.
How are the kids feeling, Nick?
Well, the
For
kids,
real though, like
what do you, Nick?
for
what do you,
real,
what are
like,
you feeling about?
you're relatively new on the Atlanta United scene, so like,
Well,
I don't
this,
know, like,
after one more time of making you feel old, I'll stop. I graduated high school in summer of 2018, and then we won MLS Cup that year. So like, I have vivid memories of everything. Like I was there. Like, I remember those
couldn't
teams.
even drink at the Gulch, could you?
No, my
No.
first tailgate
Really?
I drank was in
No.
2023.
Cool, love it.
Yeah.
But what do you? I mean,
So
what do you think about everything that Jennifer and Amy just talked about with the culture, the shift, all that you've
Well,
noticed over the years?
well, what I'll tell them is kind of what I told you before they came on. I had a media member that I'm kind of close with, Joe Patrick from Five Stripe Final. Shout out Joe, love
Yep.
Joe.
Love him.
And he was telling
Good
me
dude.
the last time I saw him in person about how when they were interviewing for the new president CEO job after Darren left, the rhetoric was not, you're going to get to come to Atlanta United and do whatever you want. The rhetoric was, you're going to come to Atlanta United and you're going to lead our existing structure.
Mhm.
And I just wonder how many sleepless nights Garth has had because he couldn't come here and fire Carlos after he looked at the books. Because one of the other things that I have been told before is Garth came in here because, like, you'll get some spreadsheets and stuff in the interview. You'll get like the salary table that's public, and I'm sure the MLS execs all know a little bit more about that than we do about each other's rosters and GAM and who has what and everything. But apparently Garth came here and then he looked at the books and was like, oh, like this is how bad it is. And I don't think we were ever really clued into how bad it was in 2022 and 2023. And the 2023 season was not terrible by any stretch comparatively, especially comparative to now.
Yeah.
But I think he came here and looked at this and was like, this is going to take a lot longer than I thought to get this where it needs to be. And I think the reason this sucks so bad in 25 is because we thought we had it fixed. Like I kind of said this in Discord the other day when the salary guy came out. I was like some people, we had the general things that people were like, we're complaining about Abram making 871 or whatever. We're complaining about Lennon making 745, but we knew those things were there. We didn't get like some terrible surprise. And Almiron making 8 million doesn't actually like matter. Like it's something we should talk about because he's the fourth highest paid player in the league and it hadn't been
but
working.
It was a nothing for us with the money that we made and everything else. It didn't
He's
impact
DP.
the roster.
DP money. It don't matter.
It was a bonus. All of us looked at it as a bonus, a cherry on top of the beautiful Sunday we had built.
And this is his last big contract of his career. If you needed to pay him that based on, what happened 6 years ago and how good he was 6 years ago,
right,
and to help set him and his family up for life, I think that's fine. Like, it's coming out of Arthur's.
I don't begrudge him a penny of it. He's still a great, awesome person. Like, and he's been even more, to his credit, he's been even more fan interactive and out there.
And he's
this time around than he ever was in 2017, 2018.
Which is why it's so difficult to criticize what's happening, but you can't deny what you're seeing before your eyes. Now, look, if you go out in this transfer window and you start and you decide, okay, look, all our eggs are in Miggy's basket. We know what it is. We know what he is. That's your rebuild, right? I mean, your season, we're done, right? Like, I mean, please, I my kingdom to eat these words, but we're done.
I'm a wholeheartedly disagree with you, Amy, because where I think we're going to dump and where we should dump everything is literally the entire back line. Clean it out.
But
get rid of them all.
So I was thinking about this because I thought that was where your head might be. And I was thinking about this today, and I think I just want to throw this out there because I find it curious. I think if we had done a poll on how we felt about that back line at the end of last season and going into the beginning of this season, everybody would say, man, I feel good about that. Our problem was our offense, not our defense. Our defense was our strength.
Really?
And now it's both.
And now
it's both.
And now, so my point is just, I'm not saying that like the defense isn't the problem. It is, right? Obviously.
But it's also not healthy.
But I'm saying that it's fascinating because like you'd think if the defense is this bad, we would have spotted it or had an idea.
But we don't know if it's bad.
We don't
know. We don't know. There's a lot about this team we don't know.
Fair. I guess that's fair. Maybe if the guys in front of them were doing more of what they're supposed to do, we wouldn't have these problems. There's a lot of blame to go around.
Like clearly, it's not.
If the guys in front of,
it's not.
I just remember talking ad nauseum about how the strength of our team was our back line. Isn't it great how many guys we have up and down and just jump in?
It's not meant to be Matt Edwards, Ephraim Morales, Luis Abram. That's not.
But we had to use Cobb and Abram all through that playoff.
Not to the extent we have now.
No, Cobb was
started every playoff game, right?
Yeah,
maybe, but like
I think he did.
No, he didn't. Cobb came on
straight up. We have a winning record when Stiem starts. Facts.
That's true.
Facts.
If he could stay healthy.
Facts. I can tell you right now, Cobb did not start match 3 in Miami. He came on.
No, he came on
very late in the game in match 3.
We have a winning record when
Stien had to clear off the line, and it was great.
Stien starts. We have a winning record.
So, Amy, I have to ask, I just can't wrap my head around. Like, I remember looking at the team preseason and being like, oh my God, this team's going to concede 55 goals. They're going to concede almost 2 goals a game.
I thought they would from the play style, but I didn't think it was because the back line was trash. or could it
Oh,
be
okay, so you're
coordinated?
referring more to the play, like the system versus like the individual guys.
Yes.
And then it's
Yes.
opposite because the guys, like everyone, I mean, other than Gregerson, who's barely played, like, I mean, Abram has, I think, maybe been a little bit better than he was last year, but you still have those mistakes once in a while, and everyone else has not been good. Like, even
And
Amador has not been good. So,
It's
no,
true.
not
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
not to the
somebody
level
else
that
who
was
can't stay
expected.
healthy.
It's
Right.
all
And
of
I
it.
think that we may be seeing that this team can't perform when there are expectations. The one time this season they performed was when nobody expected them to do anything, like literally at the
Well,
bottom
we're
of the
there
bottom.
again.
So
We're
maybe
there.
they'll win one more and bring us back up
I
just
don't
to
know
ride
if
this roller
Benteke is
coaster one
starting
more
next week.
time.
I think our back line is in big trouble at DC. I think we're in trouble again.
well, but remember, they don't have the two players that got them service were Tyler Miller, the keeper who can kick it long to whoever at any time, and
Mhm.
Mateusz Klich, who they're paying to play for us. So I
Yeah,
mean, they
but I
don't really
mean,
have
just
service
put
for
the
him as
ball
much.
up for Benteke and he'll get it. How hard is it to kick the ball in the box?
I still don't love playing Benteke without Williams or Gregerson.
Yeah, I know. It's a problem. Like, he's going to win balls.
I also want to go back to, last year and maybe defense not being the biggest problem. Guzan had a career year-ish,
The
like
back
Guzan,
half of it, yeah, sure.
and this is not to say that Guz has been bad this
No,
season.
he was actually
Guz has
decent
absolutely
last
been,
night. Made a few good
he's
stops.
been
Did get beat near
serviceable.
post. That sucked. That impossible
Oh, that
angle
was
goal.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one he wants back, right?
sure.
The near post shot.
You're going to
for
have
sure.
one of those. So.
With it being 3-1, that's not why.
But
Correct.
he was playing otherworldly last season. He stopped 3 PKs. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
He hadn't stopped
Yeah.
a PK ever for us.
Yeah, no, he was
Okay.
a meme at how bad he was at PKs. Like,
Yeah,
prior
for
to
sure.
I just want to put it out there that the Guzana, look, and I'm here for the Guzanaissance, and again, great guy.
Yeah.
He's killing it in the broadcast.
Doing a great
booth for
job
Club
on the
World
mic.
Cup anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
he's better than
so
Hollywood.
you had a little bit of magic sauce going on, which is something every team needs. Ultimately, and this is, I'm going to make the Moneyball reference again because it's very valid, where Philip Seymour Hoffman, as Art Howe says, you cannot take the human element out of scouting completely and just go by the numbers. That's where I sit in all this.
I'm just gonna throw this out there that because I don't actually know if this is true, but my instinct is that it's probably close. Rob leaving, was that kind of like the last of the 2018 guys that were here to really
Apart from
you know what I
Brad.
mean? Like, did we lose the last of what was left of that culture?
Liam's still here. There's still some staff here.
I guess there's still a couple, but
I mean,
I'm just
Yeah.
it just feels like
yeah, I know.
yeah.
It kind of.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to go back there. We can move on.
But ultimately, this is where Garth has failed in not actually steering and evolving the culture. The culture doesn't have to be what it was in 2018, and
But it has to be
stop
something.
living in the past. But it has to grow, evolve, and change,
And it hasn't.
and move forward. And there's no directional steering from Garth into saying, okay, this is the identity we had, and this is the identity we're going to build on. Garth came in with a completely different concept and idea that is literally emotionless, dry, and flavorless. It's like licking sawdust.
That's a really
It's not-
great observation, Jen,
Jeez.
because why do we keep grasping back to that? Because we're not being given anything else to hold on to.
Yeah.
Sawdust. All right.
I mean, the one decent stretch was like 15 games at the end of 23 that we've had to hold on to in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And the 5-game, the 7-game run where we had 4 wins and 3 draws or whatever, and then we went out to Orlando. So I mean, that's a really good point. I mean, I understand a lot of the fan base's ire towards Garth, especially. I know we got to move on, but I would say there is still not someone in the league that I would rather lead our front office as a CEO type figure. You can.
He's got the
talk about-
CV.
He does, and
maybe
I was thinking
Henderson
about this.
helps with what's been
And
missing.
it's that's the last thing I'll say on this is still Bocanegra's roster. 2/3 to 4/5 of this roster have been here since the start of 2024. They've had 3 coaches. It's not the coaches to me. Henderson hasn't done anything. He's chosen 2 players on this roster. Like, we are still reeling from.
He didn't actually choose them. He literally just wrote their contracts.
I mean, yeah, and you could even look at it that way too. Like,
I don't know.
he hadn't done much. I really want to see what Chris can do in this summer window. I really hope.
For sure. I'll tell you, Chris looked busy last night. Mm-hmm. I saw him texting on his phone the whole time during the match.
He was texting everybody he knew to find out if there were any job openings.
Hendo was working the phone lines last night. I don't know. Oh, maybe. God, is he on Indeed? Jeez. Look, we're not the only ones expressing this stuff. This is the prevailing sentiment amongst most social media channels right now, and it's littered through the comments that we got. And as always, when the times are tough, we really appreciate everybody still commenting, still interacting, still talking in a really productive way. Let it out, vent it, frustrating. I get all that, but we're all trying to figure it out. So we appreciate everybody commenting and trying to figure it out with us, because nobody knows what's going on 100%. Homer feels, and this is on X, we're failing at every level in this franchise. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, it's not just one player, one coach, one general manager. Like, it's everybody. It's the CEO, it's the technical director, coaching, sports medicine, athletic trainers, the roster, the twos. Actually, it's not the twos. We'll get to that in a minute.
Our academy might be.
It's the only thing that's been consistent is the kids. But like nothing about this organization is working except for the media team. The media team does do a good job.
Hey, and you know what? Snaps, and I mean mad snaps to Mike and Jason last night for keeping it.
They're not the problem, for sure. No, and they catch a lot of flack as well.
God love you. We again continue to be blessed and lucky with the media coverage that we
100%.
have for this team, and like. And bless Maddie's heart for staying so positive on the pre and
she always
games.
tries to find something constructively positive to talk about.
And I love her cute little playlist that she's doing now, which, Nick, you probably vibe with because she's more in your age demographic. So she's calling out music I've never heard of as references, and I'm like, I don't get it, but maybe if you explain it to me like I'm a 20-year-old.
Is Maddie that young? That's crazy. Wow.
She is probably the only person who talks into a microphone about this team that is younger than I am.
Wow, amazing. All right, so moving on. Spreadsheet Jockey always interacting. Spreadsheet's always leaving us good comments. He's interested in a discussion on what we prioritize for the rest of the year, since it's basically a wrap at this point, and we'll get to that. But he's just wondering, how can we position ourselves for a successful rebuild? Another one. Do another one. In 2026. Look, I don't know if it's time to have the discussion about tanking for a draft pick, but the odds aren't looking good right now, and I'm sure this discussion is being held in the front office about what are the priorities for the rest of this year. Are we really looking ahead to 26 already?
I think a big part of this is we know that Ronny is safe, basically, unless they
Garth has been very clear.
Like, Garth has been clear about that. And if I was Ronny, I would run every academy kid out there, because at least you know that they're going to go out there and they're going to play for the badge. Like, they're going to play for the kid. Like, they're going to play for us, the fans. Like, Luis Abram, your contract's up. I'm done. Derek Williams, I'm done. Mateusz Klich, Brooks Lennon, anybody whose contract is up who you don't think you're going to bring back next year. Like, there's 9 or 10 guys.
Yeah.
We don't have to go through them all now, but there's 9 or 10 guys with a contract up next year.
Or at least an option. You're not going to exercise it. See ya.
No hard feelings. The only one who's a slam dunk that you're going to bring back is Tiare. Like, Tiare's been good. It's not his fault.
It's not a take. It's not a take on Tiare. I wanted to make it one, but I decided not to. And I'm surprised that nobody's actually commented on this. We'll get to the comments on Facebook next. But just real quick, is it time to start Tiare over Latte Lot? Because he seems to have more of an ability to do more with less than Latte does. So
it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Because on paper,
I'm trying to score a goal.
Well, look, if you're still trying to prioritize, let me get to the playoffs, this season really matters. Okay, maybe then you do that.
No,
which we're not doing.
No, I'm trying to score a goal.
So look, in my opinion,
Yeah.
should you start TRA
Oh my
if you're
God,
trying to
that's
win or
what I'm
score a
glad I'm
goal?
dead.
Yes,
Yeah, score a goal.
probably.
Score a goal.
But I think if you do,
Yeah.
you may completely break the guy that you paid $20 million.
Is he already
And
broken?
I'm not saying that he's not already showing signs of being in need of repair at the moment.
You know, that's what this
But I
club is
stand by
actually
what I
really
said
good
a few
at.
games ago, and that's that I think that everybody on the team is still struggling. Like we talked about how when they switched to this 3-5-2, I said, I feel like maybe this is a little better for Miggy, and it seems like Moranchuk is like kind of settled in, but it doesn't feel like Latte is playing his game. And I said that the jury was still out, right, on whether or not this is going to work for Latte. And I think at this point, we may have our verdict, and that this isn't working.
I think I have it figured out, actually.
You know,
I think I know.
I've got something, Glenn. I've got something figured out.
Go ahead.
I know what to do when you have broken people. I know where to send you when you have broken people. Our good friends at Mason Mill. They fix broken people. Maybe Latte Lot needs to go to Mason Mill.
We're talking about chiropractic adjustments, not fucking miracles, you know. And I don't want to overhype. I want to sell Mason Mill. They're great, but I also don't want to overhype them. You know, and be real. If you're as broken as this team is, I don't know. I don't know what Mason Mill can do for you. But if you're slightly less broken, just your kind of run-of-the-mill, everyday kind of broken, they can absolutely help you out. You know, if you're not going in there and asking them to part water, yeah, they could totally do these things.
That's what Dr. Sharon Fieldstone from Ted Lasso is for.
We talked about needing somebody like that for this club. But yes, please go to Mason Mill. You know, longtime sponsor. We love them, and we love them for putting up with us and our snarky ways and all that, and for just taking care of us.
They apparently make better chili than what comes out of Ohio.
What other chiropractor in town has a chili cook-off? Nobody. Or anywhere. None that I'm aware of. So you should go there. 404-321-0082. Give them a call, and Ashley or Rachel will get you set up with your appointment with Dr. Cohen or Dr. Miner, and you can find them on the web too at masonmillchiro.com. They are in Decatur, Georgia, off McConnell Mill Drive, conveniently located and open on Saturdays too, which you can go today or tomorrow, and you know, you don't have to worry. Atlanta isn't playing. You're not going to miss anything. It's all good. Go there. They're great, and we love them. And you know, they're not happy about the state of this team either. You know, many of them are fans there as well, so they're struggling with this just as much as we are. But I do think I have it figured out with Latte Lot. And it only dawned on me just now, and it should have dawned on me earlier.
The therapy dogs? Nope. Do we just need more therapy dogs?
No. Up until...
Do we need Brooks Lennon to cross the ball more?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, because I still haven't gone on my...
Absolutely not. No, definitely not.
But it is a permanent addition to the bingo card.
Yeah, which I will have bingo cards out for next week. I didn't have them this game. So, I haven't been overly critical on L this season until recently. I have been overly critical on Alexi for a long time, and then he started going. I think I just need to start shitting on this guy a lot. Like a lot, like a whole lot. So that's what I'm going to do. It is not personal. I take no joy in it, but I think it's going to work. So this dude is just not capable. It was fool's gold. He can't hack it. The chances he's had maybe have not been great, but you are paid a great deal of money to do a lot with a little when this team needs you to, and he has shown an inability to do that, and TRA has shown more of an ability to do that. You know, more than he has. Low bar, I know. But, yeah. So that's my strategy going forward. Can we move on to?
Okay, I like your whole. I was just gonna say I'm here for your reverse psychology take, but like
I'm desperate, man. I'm grasping for straws.
I feel like we need to shit on the whole team outside
we don't
of,
have the
like,
time.
Alexi.
We don't have the time. We don't have the time. But we do.
No, we actually have takes to get
Yes,
to,
we
right?
do. And a few more comments on Facebook. Tim Steimer, hey, a positive one. Will Riley, really good. Agree. Think he's got a high ceiling.
Agreed.
It was cool to see him out at Decatur FC last weekend. All around good dude. And we can only hope that he continues to develop and takes the pressure that's on him from the state of the team and the role he's having to play and grow up quickly kind of thing as a positive thing. And don't break your foot. Please. We don't need any more of our young players hurt. That would be great.
Glenn, can I do my little why I'm mad at Ronnie bit right now? I won't be very long, I promise.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Okay, so I did defend Ronnie. I think I'm not the only one here who has that sentiment about Ronnie.
Sure.
It's not really his fault. I was really mad when the lineup came out yesterday. You're looking at me and you're telling me that you are starting Mateusz Klich in midfield, who does not defend well, with Alexei Miranchuk, who does not defend basically at all. And then you got Morales in the middle, which I think is fine that Morales was out there. He's great for Bolivia, but I don't think he should have been in the middle. I would have swapped him with Abram, because then what happens with Abram and Klich on that one side, Morales is there, the kid, by himself to like clean up that mess, put the veteran at the back to then clean up, because there was this gaping hole between Klich and Abram, because Abram's not fast and because Klich doesn't defend. Put Morales on the left, have someone to fill that space. And why the ever-living fuck was Saba not in that lineup? He is the same amount of assists in MLS as Lionel Messi does this season, and you're sitting him for Brooks Lennon. Like, are we serious?
I get the philosophy of, like, maybe on paper Brooks gives you more defense, okay, and you're away, and that's why, and you're anticipating you're gonna have to sit in 5, and so that's why you're putting Brooks there over Saba. But that's not been what we've seen on the field actually play out versus what you would say on paper.
Right.
So I was shocked by the no Saba. I also really did think that you would start Riley there, because I thought that he would need to be there to make up some of the gaps that you're talking
put
about.
Noah Cobb in.
That's actually the one I was.
No, I mean, I get it. I get it.
For
I
Ephraim,
could totally
actually.
see where maybe you want Cobb over Abram. My take on that
No, I was saying over Ephraim.
Oh, over Ephraim?
At least he's got a
So
little
my
bit
take
more.
on that is that they're not the same CB. So Derek Williams is a center and Ephraim is the tall, like that's the role that
Well, Derek
he
wasn't
is there to
available.
play. He wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So Ephraim is the one for Derek. Cobb has always come in more for Abram or Gregerson.
I get it. Yeah.
I'm just that's just positional,
Gregerson,
not personality.
You didn't have Gregerson or Stian available.
No.
The read that Mike and Jason said at the top was, because I like to listen to the Homer broadcast team because I'm a Homer, is that apparently Morales was team of the week for CONMEBOL and had a really good showing with his national team.
It was earned, no denying that.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, and I don't understand, and I mean, we're kind of talking about take one right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go ahead and move into him. Go ahead.
So take one was our only chance was to play a high line, be aggressive, and disrupt the beautiful game that the crew plays so beautifully. For the first 15, we did that. Then came the capitulation. Never seen a team lose belief as fast and as frequent as this team does. And just to kind of build on the lineup questioning, because I think what you had out there goes to the other heart of the problem we have, and that is an absolute void in leadership on the pitch outside of Goose. And even Goose capitulated last night. You could see it in his face. You could see it in his hand gestures. He was done, cooked, and I can't blame him. Because what else can the man do? He can only go so far out of that fucking
I think
box.
he's blocked a ball with every single piece of his body this season. Multiple times, like literally down to the nose, the face, the top of the head, the hand, the thing, like pick apart. And Goose has put it down for this team, and he still gets 3-4 goals. Like, and how demoralizing that is. I wasn't a spectacular keeper or anything, but I played keeper, and it is just so demoralizing
when
you are standing on your head and coming out and making these saves and doing all of this, and repeatedly, time after time, your back line is just stabbing themselves in the foot or not covering. I mean, how many times was Morales basically left on an island? I'm sorry, Luis Abram, you have to do better. That was my feeling in this game.
And
that's what Nick was
saying.
saying.
That's exactly what I'm talking about with that space that was there. Like, and then that's why I brought it up with the Will Riley take that we just kind of heard was, like, Will just fixed all those problems just because he's a mobile 23-year-old. Like, that solved all the problems. And you just have to have more mobility in midfield. Now, Sleesh covers a lot of ground, and we've seen the stats. He runs up to 8 miles a game, and he's, I think, he fits as the base of the 3 in the midfield, but he doesn't run laterally. He runs up and down. Like, that's the type of ground he covers. He's not going to go over and cover click space.
Right.
And that was my biggest surprise from a lineup standpoint, to be honest with you. I thought with Jay Fortune being the one going out, that you would have had Riley with a start, especially with the performances that he's had, over Click. Because
and you're not going to have it against DC because Bartek is suspended.
It's true. Yellow card accumulation.
Because
he Click and Riley
ran his mouth.
And Alexia, I guess.
That's a good segue into jumping around take number 4.
Sure, yeah.
The loss of Fortune and the unavailability of Muyumba cannot be understated. It's not an excuse for not competing, but even if we were, having no central control is not a recipe for success.
Yeah, I mean it's real talk. Like what do we expect to happen? What I did expect to happen was to compete at some level, which we did for 15 minutes. And how many times have we been able to say that about every game this season? Yeah, that was a good 15, 20 minutes. The rest was terrible. Every game. I mean, look at the goal we got. Look at the goal we got. That sums it up pretty perfectly. Trash
and not to
pinball goal that Brooks pokes in. And then even after that, and that little bit of lifeline, we couldn't even rally after that. We couldn't even get up for it after that. Are you kidding me?
Look, I'm not going to lie. I shut the game off at halftime.
I know.
I have never. No,
I tried to. I couldn't.
No. I got to tell you.
I asked them to just turn the lights off. They wouldn't do it.
I have like never shut a game off. Okay, like I stayed up for the San Jose Miracle game. Like I always believe there's a minute if there's a minute. Okay, I always do. This team has finally beaten that out of me. And there's just not enough joy in the world right now for me to sacrifice any more of it than a half if you can't put more of your heart on the field than what I saw. I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed because I thought we had at least made it past the we want to be here stage, and I really dislike talking about that. I really dislike doing it because players are people, right? And we don't know what all's going on with them. We don't know how they feel about the world or whatever.
They care.
And I'm not going to say that nobody straight up doesn't care.
They care. They have no belief.
But yeah, they're just completely mentally broken.
Yes.
And it's difficult to watch because I feel so bad about it. Like I don't want it to be this way.
Did any of you see, because I'm there, I'm the old 22 cam, I can see everything, Did anybody else notice, I'm sure the camera was on Miggy quite a bit because it's Miggy's star player, players gesticulating so angrily after passing a ball and then wanting the return or a leading ball in front of them and not getting it. Not just Miggy, everybody was like, passed and then expecting, like, the hilarious one that stood out to me, I think it was like a minute 7 or 8, early on when we were still playing okay, where Latte Lot hit a ball that he thought Click was going to run onto, and I'm just laughing going, he's never, ever making that run, Latte Lot. What are you expecting here, bub? There's a lot of that of like, oh, I totally thought you were making that run. What? I thought you were going to return this to me, and you didn't. All over.
There was one of those.
All
You know
over.
that
It was
that's
like
like
over.
the one reason why I've defended a little bit Brooks Lennon. I mean, not recently, but before that.
Are we getting
No,
our Brooks
yep.
Lennon report?
No, because
Sure, go ahead, give it to us. I think Nick's got.
Okay.
I think Nick's got something to say on Brooks as well. But Amy,
Oh, I do.
what'd you make of his
Amy.
goal?
So
Also,
I'm just saying that. Oh my God. Okay, so I'll get to that in a minute. So like low key, like the originator of the wild gesticulation of not getting a pass back to him is one Brooks Lennon. Okay, that has been the essence of Lennon's scene. And in terms of his goal, I turned it off at half, and when I saw the collective reactions to this goal, I was so intrigued at how something like a goal could be so meh as to evoke the collective just social media response to it and just disappointment. And I have to say that goal truly just chef's kiss could be a gif of like that is this season right now. Like it's just sort of like, okay, got it.
yeah, 100%.
Cool.
All right,
And
Nick,
it was
you
sad.
get to go on
It
your
made
Brooks
me
Lennon
sadder,
rant,
and it was a
finally.
goal.
Yeah, what do you got, Nick? I know you've got some pent up stuff, so
You've been sitting on this. You've been sitting on
I've
it.
been sitting on this the whole time.
stand up,
and I
let
wrote
it
the
out.
minutes
Let's
down.
go. Let me hear it.
I won't stand up. There's a lot of stuff over here. But, I wrote this down. It was
Okay.
literally in the 11th minute of the game, and we were watching the game. It was me and Hannah were sitting on the couch. We just driven home from our vacation and drove for 8 hours, and power was going in and out. So we were watching on my computer, and we watched them like tiki taka up the field, like kind of the build that we'd want to see when they've done the good things this season.
Mm-hmm.
And like Almiron gets the ball like in the right half space, like one of the Pep Guardiola zones, right? He looks at Brooks behind him with his arm up for the ball, doesn't give it to him, passes it like back to the center, like not a back pass, but like somewhere around the 18, like they're knocking it around 18 still. Then 2 seconds later, Alexi gets the ball after that. And then Brooks raises his hand again. Alexi gets in the ball, and Brooks crosses it straight to the keeper. I almost turned the game off right there. I was like,
I do know the sequence you're talking about, and I felt the exact same way. I'm not trying to be overly defensive of one Brooks Lennon because
I understand the point you're making.
He does his own thing the way that we all know and everybody on earth knows that Miggy doesn't have a right foot. So it's just, anyway, rinse and repeat.
And I've defended him too, but it's beyond reproach. Anyways,
I just want to go on the record. I just need to go on the record for all that Brooks' time here has come to an end, and it needs to happen sooner rather than later, preferably in 3 days from now, 4 days from now, 4 days from now. He is really one of the best and most genuinely awesome humans I've ever had the privilege to interact with. Like, as a human being, not as somebody who can cross to anything but nowhere, but as a human being, Brooks is really one of the good ones. I just need to put that out into the ether. Like, it's not personal, man.
It's never that. We're not here for that. We're not here for that at all. And all that being said,
but I know one Curtis Jenkins will completely agree with all of you because Curtis is now identifying himself. I want to get this quote correctly. Okay. Curtis is identifying himself now as the #1 Lennon hater.
Oh, jeez. If you've lost Curtis,
and time to go. Yeah, and this was on a different comment, but kind of in line in the same vein. Yeah. But he made the point that the side actually plays so much worse when he's in the lineup. And yes, I know we're down other players, but they look visibly down when he is on the field.
You weren't down Sabalov Janidze, that's for damn sure.
I'll be honest, yes. I agree with that take because, as I said, I felt like he's not been on the same page with the rest of the team, and I think my defense of him is that I think that there is, he's asking for certain things, and probably based on how maybe in the past things have worked. Yep. I've been sad that because of the changes that have been necessary to the lineup, you haven't gotten to see him and Saba together, which was really what worked so well last season. That hasn't happened this season, not in that.
Well, he also hasn't had anybody he's been able to develop any kind of real chemistry with since Gigi left.
And to be honest, at the end of that GG run, it had kind of fizzled a bit.
Yeah.
That was the start of it.
He doesn't have a big meeting.
Bring it home.
All right, look.
Bring it home. Give
math,
us the good news,
math,
Glenn. Take 5.
math,
Give it all
math,
to us. I'm ready.
math.
Let's go. Math.
I think it's important.
Math.
Math's important. It's the universal language.
More important than
It's
cursive?
the universal language. It's the universal language. Numbers don't lie. Math is what it is. It doesn't care about your feelings. Coming into this match, we averaged 0.94 points per game. That take
that's
up,
better than our
3
XG
points for a
was.
win, 1 for a draw, 0 for a loss. Take your total points, divide by games, right? All right. Or vice versa. You know what I mean? We needed an average of 1.94 points per game in the final 18 matches of the season in order to reach an average of 1.44 points per game, which is in all likelihood the playoff line. And I'm not talking about 4th, 5th place, get a home match. I'm talking about squeaking in, right? After our loss to Columbus, we now need 2.04 points per game. And that will only get worse the more points we drop. If it's a draw, it's dropped. Draws do not help our cause. The math just isn't there. We would have to have such a stellar second half of the season, one we would all be really happy with, proud of, I dare say, just to squeak in. Just to squeak in.
And we'd have to have other teams stumble, I think, too.
And some help.
Yeah.
It's done.
Atlanta United does have the 3rd easiest schedule remaining in MLS.
Goody. It's done. It's done. You know, it's done. It just
all on the road.
It just
where
is.
we
So
have
I see
shown
a silver
that
lining
we're
here.
like-
Wrapping this thing up, I see a bit of a silver lining with this. We don't have to wring our hands. Ooh, how many points? And if they lose, get out your protractor and like beautiful mind it, trying to figure out equations to get. It's done. Just enjoy it for what it is, guys. If we win some games and we play well in some games, cool. That's fine. Great. If not, it is what it is. It's done. We don't have to stress about it even more. We already know. Our fate is done. It's sealed.
Plan for
Yeah.
just our
Yeah.
pride at this point.
Yeah. Let's play for a little bit of pride. That's it.
If we could find that, that'd be something to carry into next season.
There you
at
go.
least.
That's it.
I'm going to give you something to carry into the continual stretch on the road as we look ahead to our next several matches, with the exception of 2 of them. In its last 50 road competitions, according to Mike Conti, Atlanta United has won 8 of them.
Cool. 8 out of 50. Nice.
8 out of 50 ain't bad.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, it is.
Are you serious with that number? Is that accurate?
You know what?
I mean, Mike Conti dropped that number. I
Cool.
don't think he makes stats
16%.
up.
Awesome. Great. All right.
I mean,
So me
that's
witnessing 2 means that I witnessed 2 of the 8. So 20. I don't do math. 20% of
20%.
our total
I've gone to a number of road matches.
road wins.
I haven't seen. I think we
Maybe
won.
more.
I think
I'd
we
have to look
won
back.
or drew in Montreal when we still had Tito. And that might be.
Was
I don't
that
know how
18
far
or-
back 50 goes in terms of calendar.
That was like
That's
2000.
like
that
just
was
the last
2019.
season and a
That was
half,
2019. I think we won
I
that
think
one.
they tied.
Can I give you guys some more fuel for your Ben and Jerry's fest over
Sure,
there?
go ahead, and then let's.
Our overall win percentage in the last 100 competitions is 29%.
Yeah, that one I knew. That one I knew.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Oof.
But on a positive note, Decatur FC,
Ooh,
their win percentage is, hang on, let me get my calculator out, 100. They haven't lost.
100%.
Brilliant team, top to bottom organization. They have
leave
done.
it to the ladies.
They
to get
have
it
done
right.
amazingly well in all aspects, from the community to building this thing out to providing opportunities for their own players, for kids in the community. They've done it all, and they've done it and won in style, and won in dominating fashion, and won coming from behind, and won in dealing with adversity. It's incredible. And they've got their final match. If you're listening to this on a Friday, it is tonight, 7 p.m. We are trying, like hell, to push past 3,000 in attendance. Guys, it's the last match of the season. Unfortunately, we will not have that potential that was being discussed, championship match between an unknown team and Decatur FC on July 3rd. That is not going to happen. I think it's more of a consequence of just cost and logistics and travel. These are semi-pro teams. It's tough. So this is the last one of the season, guys. They can go perfect on the season. Come out for this. Be a brick. Like Amy has talked about many times, help us build this thing. It's affordable. It's easy to get to. Parking is free. MARTA is right there. It's walkable. Most people are walking in the match anyhow. They've got a great pregame outside O'Sullivan's in Decatur Square where the players are there. Bring your kids. Have them come meet these players. They're so open. They love it.
And hey, the kids can go play around
halftime.
on the pitch.
They get to go kick a ball around.
So fun.
The players will take the time to talk to your kids. They will sign their shirts and hats. They mean it. Like, this is important to them just as much as it is important to the kid. They realize what is trying to be built here and the momentum. Be a part of this.
If you've been longing for just a little bit of that feeling of something positive and pure and community driven and come out and experience this. It's the last game of the season.
Yep.
So don't make any excuses.
No excuses.
Come enjoy it.
Yep.
And
it's a good time.
And then hopefully, plan to be back there next year to support
absolutely
that team all over again.
Absolutely. Kickoff is 7 p.m. Pre-match starts at 5 in Decatur Square, right outside O'Sullivan's. Again, we will push the fish and chips. It's delicious. I will be having it tomorrow night. It's going to be delicious. I will be there. We're going to have a little special content. I'll keep that under the lid for right now from some younger five stripers who are going to be with us tomorrow night at Decatur FC. The march to the stadium starts at 6:15. Drums and all. Please come out. Support this team, support your community, support the game at the grassroots level and growing it. This is something that is just, like Amy said, it's pure. It's pure, man. It's positive. It's feel-good vibes FC. And I'm telling you, it's good football. They play some good football. And Chattanooga is also, likewise, a good team. No pushover. This should be a highly competitive match. It's the last for both these teams. You betcha they're going to be up for it. Some it might be a little bit hot.
They are the number 2 team in our
That's
group,
right.
So.
That's right. They've already, Decatur FC, congratulations to them. They've already locked up the division that they play in with a game to spare. That's how brilliant this team is. But come out. I promise you, you're just going to have a great time. You're just going to have a great time. And like we've all said here, we're just struggling for that right now, because we care. We care a lot about this stupid thing. We base a lot of our emotional well-being on this sport and this team. And it is tough to see your team struggling because it means your community that you've built up is struggling. We feel this acutely. We do. And this is a nice counter to that, a wonderful salve, a palate cleanser, if you will. So please make the time, the effort to come out and support this thing and buy some swag while you're there. And say hi to us if you see us. We'll be in our little
we'll be there.
Takes polos. And the whole gang is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Amy's going to be there. Jennifer's going to be there. Kat's going to be there. We're all going to be there. It's going to be a really good time. And it's worth your time.
It's going to be fun.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much.
Give your friends, your fellow soccer supporters, your family, because that's really what
hug a five striper. If you got somebody in your life, they need you. They need you right now. Yeah. Give them a call, text, just tell, and support each other.
Just let them know you're thinking about them.
Support each other. Support the team. Yep. We appreciate everybody supporting us and FanTV in Decatur, but more important than all that, and Mason Mill and all that, more important than that is just us supporting each other constantly through all of it, through sport, through the more important things. As Jurgen Klopp has continually reminds us, This is the most important, least important thing, but it is still important. It is still important. And we don't take any of it for granted. The interaction, the listens, the views, all of it. We don't take any of it for granted because this is
especially
this is
today
therapy
where
for
we
us
just
too.
can't seem to stop talking.
That's right. But we're about to stop talking. You got anything else? Or should I just stop talking and sign us off? Is that good? Yeah? Okay. All right, y'all.
Davey's already asleep down
We're
there.
going to be back with a Decatur pod on Saturday. But then, mercifully, we will not have another 5 Takes pod for over a week. You know? Thank you, Miami. Thank you, Johnny Infantino, for making this tournament out of thin air and delaying the inevitable.
It's been fun, though.
It is hilarious that
I
the
hate to
Miami
say it,
match
it's
has been
fun.
rescheduled in another international window. Great.
Oh, don't get me started.
We'll save that
What
for
a-
October. We'll save that for October. It'll be great. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for listening and watching. We really appreciate it. We will be back in over a week's time with another 5 Takes pod. Until then, y'all be good. We will be back.
Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow.
Meow meow
Meow meow meow meow meow.
meow meow
Meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow.
Harmony.
Out of sync.
Something this team
Not
does
bad.
not have.